you
Good
hosting?
morning. Oh yeah, I'm hosting. I'm Joe,
I'm Joe.
and welcome to the Double Cup of Joe show in the morning, where we get up really early because it's not really early for you,
That's
um,
right.
or maybe it is. Who knows? How many people do you think get up this early with us every day, Joe?
I don't know. It's a really good question. So are we even on? Because I'm like
Oh
having
yeah,
trouble here.
oh yeah, we're supposedly there. So we must have more stream delay than you're used to. So welcome.
Let me check here. Let's do a little bit of a check here. I just want to make sure.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Are you checking? Have you checked? Check, check. Mic check.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. But there must be a little bit more of a delay than I'm used to. So.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh no.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of chatting going on yet.
That's
It
okay.
says there's only one person watching.
And it's me.
Oh, now there's two.
Yes. It's me and you. And Jester.
Hey, Jester.
Welcome back again this morning for some more
Welcome.
cups of Joe.
Yeah, but it's not morning for Jester. It's evening. He's like 12 hours like apart from us.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Why are you so separate from us?
Hey, kind of thing that happens.
Well, we're glad
Yeah.
you joined us here, even if you're not with us here.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
that didn't
here.
make any sense.
How you feeling, Joe?
Joe, I'm thinking I need at least 2 more cups of Joe before I can adequately call myself ready for today.
Well, it's a good
So
thing this show is called the Double Cup of Joe. That way you'll get your two.
yeah,
It's double.
yep. Especially since I don't drink coffee, this is the only way it's gonna happen. 6:38 p.m. Let's go. I am I am ready. I am here and I am excited. Um, for the people, specifically Jester, um, that are here, it's definitely a good morning. And we are going to kind of stick on the same topic. For um, we do when we initially come up with this double cup of Joe, it was going to be a podcast. It still might be. That we'll come back and we'll edit and we'll record. But
We'll work it
um,
out.
yeah, we'll work out the details for you guys. Don't worry about that. But it was weekly schedules. So we have a podcast where we come up with we use the same topic for an entire week. And I think with the things that are going on in the world right now, the topics are big enough that we can continue to do an entire week on the same kind of an idea. If you were, I think Magician Jester was there last night, you or yesterday morning for him for No Muddle Monday.
Hmm.
It would have been 9 to 10 a.m. We were talking about being excited, having hope and energy. And here we're talking more specifically about being peaceful. So I think they definitely fit together really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
So um, as per as per usual, we like to just hang out at the beginning, let people say hi before we roll on into everything. So, Joe, what's happening today? What's good in the hood, as they say, the kids
What's
say these days.
what's good in the hood? Was that these days or was that like a couple years ago?
Might have been a couple of years ago. I don't know. I'm bad memory. Getting old.
Yeah. I know it's kind of tough being old. You try and keep up, and it's like, whoa, everything. And then, I hear from my kid, Dad, that is so not cool anymore. Like,
Anymore.
I mean, I was just starting to figure out how cool fidget spinners were, and then all of a sudden, like, that was not it anymore. Now we have fidget spinners all over the place that nobody touches. you know.
No, I was just getting into them too.
Like, man, I like my fidget spinner is metal and everything. You know, it hurts when it, like when you spin it and then grind it on your finger. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, but so today is going to be an interesting day because it's the first day of the Michigan lockdown, and my profession is actually still considered essential, so I will be out on the road when very much less people are out on the road, and everybody's going to be staying at home, and I'm going to be visiting their homes, but staying in the street. And so it's going to be we'll see what today brings. It might be kind of fun. I imagine the police will take notice of me more than on a normal basis. So we'll see.
the police don't take notice of you on a regular basis, Joe?
They do. I have more interaction with police than most people, I imagine. But now, I mean, I have to have all these letters of authorization saying that it's okay for me to be out and everything like that. And I don't know, it's an interesting time for sure to be alive. So
Papers, please.
yeah, all right, yeah, right. It's gonna be like martial law out there for sure. So we'll see. We'll see
Well,
what happens.
thankfully you were trained in the martial arts, so.
That's right. That's right. But you know what? I bet you if I pull out my martial arts skills on a policeman,
You're going to jail.
that'd be frowned upon for sure.
It's, they would definitely
uh,
frown on you and
yeah.
that.
Magician Jester asks, "What's your job exactly?" My job, I'm a mortgage inspector. So when there are when anybody's like refinancing or if there's any kind of mortgage issue with a house, my job is to go and check and see if it's occupied, and then take a few pictures of the house to prove I went out there, and make sure that the roof isn't blown off or something. Just kind of get a good street view assessment of what that the house is there, that it's lived in, and that somebody's kind of responsible for it. So I basically just check out the houses for mortgage companies, and it raises attention. A lot of people get a little bit freaked out because they're like, "Who's this guy? And he's driving around my neighborhood taking pictures of these houses." In fact, I pulled in a driveway. We were already on a no contact uh the no contact guideline where it was like, okay, every inspection we do, we're not to approach the house or knock on any doors or leave any door cards or anything like that. Which is everything is to be done at a distance. So, which is great because then my day goes a lot faster. But still, people come up and start talking to you. And I had this one lady, it was crazy. Like I was on the very last inspection of the day. So I was almost done, right? And I had a whole slew of houses in this one neighborhood. And I was in this driveway and I was turning around in the driveway. So I pull in the driveway and I grab a couple pictures of the house and I'm pulling out. And as I'm pulling out, this car like screeches in front of me, so blocking me from getting out of the driveway, right? And I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And this lady gets out of her car and approaches my window, and I'm like, we're supposed to keep this 6 foot distance rule, like stay away because we both might have coronavirus and not even know it. So like, so she comes up and she's like, can I just ask you what you're doing, why you're taking pictures of houses around the neighborhood? And I was like, oh, I'm a mortgage inspector. So like this is kind of my job. And she's like, oh, that makes sense. Well, we've had a bunch of thieves around and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't understand, so sorry to bother you. Did I take any pictures of your house? She's like, well, I think it was my neighbors and blah 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 blah. So usually once I say I'm a mortgage inspector, people, the light bulb goes off, and people are okay. But yeah, it is a little bit weird, when you see a guy driving around just taking pictures. You think, oh, what's this guy? Is he like scoping out houses to steal stuff? And these days, I, I don't know who would try to be a thief of a house because never is nobody home.
Right. Right.
Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna break in when people are home? Like, I mean,
That's a
that
bold
seems kind of
strategy here
that
and
is right. I mean,
there.
guys in there watching Netflix, you're gonna break into the house, like.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see how it goes now. But yeah, that's just a glimpse into the day-to-day life of a property inspector.
You live a very very adventurous life,
It's
more so than the rest of us.
it's
So
something, I'll
it,
tell you. It's something, that's for sure. Yeah. But how about you? What's going on for you, Joe?
I am now quarantined. So last yesterday you were here. I had to leave because work makes me leave to go to work, and now I don't because what I currently do is not essential. So part of my job is deemed essential, and part of my job is deemed not essential.
Hmm.
And so my company has elected that if you want to work from the office, we'll say you're doing essential things, and otherwise just stay home. So I'm uh I'm staying home. I think we reached the point at which there's no reason for me to keep going out there. There's no. I go see people on a regular basis though. So like for Joe, his job, if he wants to do it efficiently and properly, he really doesn't see a whole lot of people. Whereas my job, efficiency and properly, means talking face to face with people or over the phone or something. So um, we're changing it up. And yeah, Chester, I we've changed it up, or and by changed up, I mean we accidentally changed up our uh, delay or stream delay. So
Possibly.
we'll probably get that back down here
Yeah.
in soon ish.
We're working out bugs. It's like a daily basis of working out bugs right now of this show. And it's weird because we're on the same channel as the Don't Worry Wednesday, but we want to kind of differentiate the shows. We were trying to work all that out and everything. And what we really need is to start a support ticket with Jesse.
Yep.
But he's definitely not awake right now. So
We
if we
can make him
started
awake.
good luck, man. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Are you gonna call one of his cats so he like walks
Call
on
one
his
of his
face or something? Like,
Yep. Yep.
I
Exactly.
guarantee, I guarantee Jesse's sleeping, and probably his wife's sleeping too. But maybe his cats would be awake. I don't know. We could try.
A lurker. Oh no. I don't know what that is. Is that one of the bugs? Lurker? Oh, good. We got rid of the lurker. So, yeah. So that's today. I think with where we're at, we might as well go ahead and get rolling, Joe. Um, it's our normal. Again, we like consistency around here. One of the things that helps you stay calm is to have consistency because it
Mm,
kind of brings an element of this is normal.
mhm.
And so we're going to do that on the show. We're going to be consistent because it makes a difference in our lives and it makes a difference in your lives. So, to that effect, we start with our normal 3 step routine because routines are consistent. That's why they're called routines. So, if you remember from yesterday, maybe you don't, the first step in our routine is being thankful for something. Picking one thing today to be thankful for something that's happened in your past. And so, to kind of give you an idea what that is, I'm going to ask Joe what he's thankful for, and he can kind of give us an example. Joe?
Today, I'm exceptionally thankful for blankets. because it was really, really cold last night. At least it felt really cold. um, so I was really glad. In fact, I have this special thing called a weighted blanket. I don't know if you've ever heard of a weighted blanket, but it's like a 12-pound blanket.
Hmm.
Yeah,
12 pounds.
12 pounds, 12 pounder, and 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 it's really weird. Like some people can't stand them, and I understand why. Because when you lay down and you put this weighted blanket on you, it like kind of holds you down and keeps you from moving.
Oh no.
And so the idea is that by using this, you will have more restful sleep because you're laying still.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it seems maybe it works sometimes, and then but I've noticed that if I'm having a night where I'm tossing and turning a lot, it's really hard to toss and turn because I got this 12-pound blanket along with all the other ones, you know, because yeah,
So
because it gets cold here.
you gotta work on your sleep, is what you're telling me.
I do, yeah. That's why I'm so stacked, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Like-
yeah. Well, cool. That's definitely something to be thankful for, especially on. It's still winter. It's still winter here. There is definitely snow.
Yeah, technically it's spring, but nobody told Michigan yet.
When did it become spring?
Last Thursday or something.
Oh, yeah. Shows you how much I keep track of calendar. First day of spring. Oh, that happened. I'm gonna celebrate next week when it's
Yeah,
actual
when it
Michigan
actually
spring.
warms up a little bit. Yeah, exactly. It's probably going to be April 15th or something. Tax day
Next day.
maybe will be spring.
Hopefully, with any luck. Any luck. Um. So okay, so that's the first thing. Find something to be thankful for. But the second step is to take looking at your past and project it out into the future. So the second step is to ask yourself, what's something that you're looking forward to? What's something that you see out there in the upcoming months or days or hours, and that you're like, I'm really excited about blank. So Joe, fill in the blank for us. What are you excited about for? Or excited for?
What am I excited for in the future? Man, one of the things I'm super excited for is to to have all of our Kickstarter product produced and released out there. Those of you who weren't aware, we did run a Kickstarter campaign last fall or the end of last summer, and it's been a long time getting all this product put together, but it's almost done. And now with the way the world is, all the manufacturing times have been pushed back. So like because our a lot of things are going to be manufactured in China, and they are working on a reduced workforce uh, everywhere over there. So as we send our proofs and everything, as we send our the book especially that gets sent over to be published and then printed and everything, they have a big old banner on their website saying, "Just so you know, all orders are delayed." And it's like, okay, so we know there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but it's it's coming, and it's exciting because I'm looking forward to that time when we can have all that delivered out, because then we can have our release party, and we can have stuff. Finally, the Criminal Idol series can come out on Spotify and on iTunes and everything, and at that point it's going to be like a great celebration. And yeah, the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter for Black Static and Swerve. It's going to be cool. So
New chapters. We've written a 2 chapter book now.
two
Or
chapters.
just kidding. I'm sure there have been many more chapters. But
Just
I
wait
mean,
till we
it's
get to
perfect.
chapter 7.
Ooh, lucky number 7. I can't wait. All right, so that's the second thing, and I hope you guys are excited for that same thing too. But you don't have to be. You can be excited for literally anything that's coming up in the future. The nice thing about the future is it's a really long time frame. It's from now until eternity. So it's a
Mhm.
lot of time. So you can be excited for something out there. So what are you thankful for? What are you looking forward to? And then the third step is the action step. It's the step where you take those things that have already happened and are going to happen and you say, hey, maybe how do I get to that? Or you ask yourself, what am I going to do to just improve my life in general? So, Joe, step number 3. What's one step you're going to take today to move forward?
Today I am going to. I'm going to do my best to figure out the dimensions of the book cover for the Criminal Idol book, because there's this calculator and it's really hard, and you got to figure there. It's so weird, like, and then to put the spreadsheet out in the software to get it, like, you've got to, first of all, you got to put your page number and your page weight and everything. You got to put all those things into this little calculator at the publisher's website, and then they tell you, okay, your spine is going to be 0.54267 inches thick. And then you're like, okay, so that's my spine. And then I've got to add a 1/4 inch on either side for the little part that opens and closes, the hinge part, right? And then you've got the page width plus a certain amount, like, and so then there's all these calculations you got to make before you can, so then you can make the size of the thing you need, and then you can actually design the cover. So I'm hopefully going to design the cover today,
Ooh.
but I'll at least make the spread to make the cover. I guess you got to make the thing to make it first. So it's a dual making process. You make the thing and then you make the thing.
Wiser words have never been
So
said.
so hopefully I'll make the first thing, and that'll be good.
Yeah. Well, very cool, Joe. I'm excited to see what you come up with. I didn't realize there was so much math that went into books. I was always thinking, oh, if you write a book, it's all about writing and words, and it's not.
Hmm.
There's more to it. So,
There is a lot of people. Probably you have somebody handling that for you. Yeah. So because, like, for instance, Ryan wrote the book, and then Rainey and Kanasaki and Rowe draws, and Neon AFK um, and Corona. They're the ones who did the artwork. So they're the ones who did all the work to stuff in there. I'm just the other guy that does the rest of it, right? Like, that does the actual book putting together part. So
Joe's an editor.
a lot of time, well, maybe I'm marginal at that. but, but yeah, like, so if you write a book, you probably have another guy that does all the other stuff. So hopefully, if not, then you got to do it yourself, and that's not bad. But if you have a soft cover book, it's a lot easier than a hardcover book. But since we're doing a hardcover book, there's a lot more math involved. And if you're doing a hardcover book with a dust jacket, then you got even more math because you got the dust jacket to put around it. So yeah, a glimpse into the life of publishing. It's
Brought to you by Joe.
brought to you by Joe, who also is a property inspector. That's really weird.
You live a very intriguing life. A man of many talents.
Something, man, many bite off more than he can chew things or something. Good thing I got a big mouth.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be leather jester. But I do stand up and make weird noises when I wake up in the morning. So that's completely fair. That is the first step. No, our 3-step routine is, of course, that we just finished. Joe got through the third step for us. It's what's one thing you're thankful for? You start off your day by asking yourself these 3 questions. What's one thing you're thankful for? What's one thing you're looking forward to? and that's one. What is one thing you're going to do today to move yourself forward? I like to use it to reach in the ideas of reaching that thing you're looking forward to in step two, but it doesn't have to be. It's just moving your life in the direction that you want to go. And as long as you're doing that, uh, it can definitely be considered a success. So
Mhm.
that's the three-step routine. Do it every day,
Every
uh,
day.
every single day. And if you forget, just come here and we'll do it with you every single day. So
Hmm.
and then you won't have to remember because we'll hopefully remember for you, unless we forget. But we haven't yet. We're 2 for 2.
2 for 2, man. Tomorrow will be 3 for 3.
uh, so that's the exciting part. Today, if you haven't been with us yesterday, or you are with us tomorrow, but you're here now as well, we're
Yeah.
talking about the topic of staying calm. We stole the title off Static P's latest release and made it a talking point because why not? But also because it's a really good premise for what's going on in the world right now. And so we're taking this idea of staying calm and breaking it down and saying, what does it look like? How can you apply it to your life? And how can you turn today into something greater just by staying calm? So I think really that blends itself today of like what are the benefits of remaining calm in the day to day, especially the very changed world like today. So, oh no, Chester, come back. So Joe is going to kind of give us an idea of what we gain by remaining calm in the face of uh, uncertainty.
What do we gain by staying calm? Man, you gain some peace of mind, that's for sure, which is great because I watch people freak out about stuff and their lives tend to be more difficult. But when you're at peace, you can kind of skate through things and you can just deal with things better. Um it's it's just it seems to me a better way of living when you can just
Mm.
be at peace and you can remain calm. It's funny because a lot of times people will look at a situation and they'll be concerned about it. Um, and what happens is it almost like attracts more problems to
Mm.
solve. Or maybe they're just focused on things that are wrong and so they see more things that are wrong, right? So for me, what I like to do is I like to look at things as an adventure if I can. It's like, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go see. I'm going to go see what's going to happen with all this. It's like today when I go out and we're under this lockdown. So there's going to be very few people out on the roads, maybe, or maybe I'll get stopped by the cops 15 times, or, maybe there'll be people yelling at me. That's not anything different, but I'm just looking at it like, how can I just treat this like an adventure? Be like, hey, the world is gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm gonna go just see what it's gonna be. It's like a movie, like let's go see what this is all about, man. And then I can smile and just say, hey, whatever happens, it's it's gonna come my way. And then because of that, now I have a lot more peace of mind. And then anything that's unexpected, I can just take it and be like, oh, so this is what that is. Okay, this is what's coming. All right. Well, we'll deal with that and then move on to the next thing, I guess. Um, but yeah. So Joe, what did you have in mind when you think of the fruits of staying calm? Like what comes to you as a result?
Well, I think Jester is kind of pointing out rightly that different people have different ways, and thus different ways lend themselves to different benefits of staying calm. So I mean, if you live in a very stress filled environment, calm for you might look very stressful for someone else. And this isn't to say that things aren't going to be very high octane, things aren't going to be changing a lot, but instead, what it's going to be is you present yourself in a different way. You kind of present yourself as an air of peace um, and calm in uncertain times. So, what I mean by that is people look to someone for stability. When we talked kind of at the beginning of the show about consistency,
Hmm.
when you're calm in the midst of uncertainty, it provides a level of certainty to the people around you. It's a great trait of leadership.
Mhm.
And it's one of the things that we want to promote. I mean, obviously, you can only have so many leaders because if everyone is a leader and nobody's a follower, that really doesn't work very well. But providing that level of leadership um, can really change the dynamic of the world around you, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. So, what I mean by that is there are lots of things going on right now where people are really worried and really with so much changing day to day. Specifically, yesterday I left this show and immediately had to go to work. Like that's how this show worked and how it had been planned to work.
Mhm.
And now it's one day later and I'm not because of the lockdown. I'm not leaving my office. I'm not leaving my house. I'm just here. Uh,
Yeah.
and that changed in 24 hours. And so, with so much changing, people look to you for guidance, look to the people around them. So, I'm saying you because I want you to take what we say today and apply it to your life. But just in general, if you've ever known yourself, I notice I do it on a regular day to day basis. I look around and see, well, what is everyone else doing? I kind of need an idea of what's going on for everyone else in the world. So if you take this and you go, oh, okay, I need to do. I'm looking at so and so down the street, and they're stockpiling toilet paper.
Right.
I'm going to use the meme example, and and you're like, oh no, I need toilet paper too. Well, soon enough, everybody has completely run the store out of toilet paper because you were looking at other people who were not calm.
Mhm.
And so this is something where I just want to encourage you to be calm. I want you to be able to say, hey, you know what? You can still go to the grocery store. You can still buy toilet paper. It's not changing. Having that air of calm uh, allows people to have toilet paper. I mean, if you really think about it, the number of people in the country hasn't substantially increased. Like we didn't suddenly have a larger number of people overnight when the virus hit, and so it's not like the run on toilet paper was caused by more going to the bathroom. It was caused it was caused by people panicking.
Right.
Like it's not like anyone ran out before. I don't know were was everyone just not using it before? Like what is that? Um so more what I wanted to say was by remaining calm, by showing that presence, other people when they look at you don't feel as oh no, I need thing.
Mhm.
Staying calm, uh, one main separate separating you, whatever's causing well, well changes you. And
Mhm.
so that is one huge benefit. Many more. There's actually a lot of health benefits, but I think I've talked far too long. So I think
I don't think you've talked any longer than I ever talk. But I really love what you were saying about consistency. I love that that you because one of the things that I think has helped me remain calm is having a morning routine, or any type of a routine that I have just helps me stand on a solid ground, and like you were saying, when the more you can stand on solid ground in your own personal internal life, the more solid you look to the others around you, and the more they see you as a dependable, solid, somebody who's steadfast, and somebody that they can look to as kind of a rock to depend on, and so the more I got this great book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. You've heard me talk about it before, probably. I know you have, Joe, a bunch of times. But that's the premise of that book, is all about, your routine. What are you doing in the morning? And specifically, there are some steps in there, some different things to check off of what you do in the morning. And just even if you just do a couple of them, like, for one, I get up, I go upstairs, and, well, I like magician gestures. I wake up, I stretch, I make a weird noise. Yep. I
Got
drink
that
some
one.
water. That's always the first thing. I drink water, because when you go for however many hours you sleep with no water, your body needs water. And before that, I would go straight to just coffee. And coffee dehydrates you, actually. So what I found was I was starting my day dehydrated. And then when I made that one little switch to starting my day with a routine of drinking a big old glass of water right at the beginning of the day, I felt different. I felt better because my body was hydrated, right? And so now I put that in my routine. So every day I wake up, I stretch, I make a weird noise, and um and then go have some water, and then some coffee, and then do some reading, meditating, and from after that, my routine starts to vary a little bit. But at least I get those few things in there first. On days when I miss it, I feel a lot less solid. I gotta be honest. On days when I do something different, on days when I have like some kind of emergency email that pops up on my phone, and I look at my phone and I start checking my email, and that prompts me to check my bank account, and that prompts me to check another thing, and then all of a sudden I'm starting my work day and I didn't even know it yet, and I haven't done the steps beforehand, you know, then I'm like all off balance for at least the next few hours. And so, like Joe was saying, consistency, consistency. Find routines, find things you can do that are routine. And, that helps so much, because then you learn to depend on yourself. And when you can depend on yourself to be solid, it's a lot easier to remain calm in the face of anything that comes your way.
Yeah, I mean, to right. I mean, just starting off the same way in the morning is hard enough, and so establishing some solid ground to begin your day on really changes the vast majority of the days you're going to have going forward. Jester, quick point. We're inconsistent right now as we remove bugs and add some things. So obviously we're going to change some of the things, and hopefully we'll get rid of that latency issue, so that you feel like you're talking more with us and not the us from 30 seconds ago. So,
Mm.
but um, the idea of consistency is huge. We in our podcast that we originally had, we had an entire week dedicated to just the idea of consistency,
Mm.
just the idea of remaining the same over time, because it's huge. It's really, really huge to just be um, the same over and over and over. And I think if you've ever practiced anything, you know this to be true. To get truly good at anything, you need to develop consistency. Consistency of practice and consistency of effort, and then consistency of output. So the consistency of practice is more where we're at right now. Of let's focus on just doing the same thing again and again and again until we get good at it. Whether or not that's our 3-step routine, not that you would get uh, exceedingly good at a 3-step routine. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't take a lot of practice, but by having it day in and day out, you develop the skills necessary to begin your morning on the right foot, or your afternoon on the right foot if you've joined us a little bit later. And so, what we want you to consider is that remaining calm involves consistency. Remaining calm involves remaining the same. And remaining calm uh, has a number of benefits um, in terms of being able to remain consistent. If you've ever, maybe you haven't had it before, but if you ever had any kind of level of anxiety or anxiousness and your heart starts going real fast, you know, your body tends to lose the consistency. When your heart's racing, you kind of develop a shake. It's kind of this adrenaline kind of rush, and if you don't focus that, if you don't take the energy and the adrenaline that happens when you're anxious or when things are going on, and focus that into a specific channel, um, you end up stuck in the same place and just jittery. And that's not to say that you don't have the energy or the productivity to do what you need to do, because your body has done that for you. What it means is that you need to focus it. You need to direct it so that you can take that energy and use it to your advantage. And you really can't. There are many opportunities to do that. And so, um, the benefit of staying calm is that you don't get stuck in that one place of jitteriness and having a bunch of energy and not using it. By remaining calm, you can overcome that initial anxious reaction and just focus on what you need to do.
Yep, I agree. That is so important. So yeah, so magician, I under. Hey, that's good. Um, no, I never had anxiety. I just plan. So people call me listless. You know, if you just plan, that's great. And you're seeing the fruits of that. If you never had anxiety because you plan things out, that's awesome. Now, I'll tell you, um, but it's annoying never being taken seriously. Yeah, I can totally understand that. Um, Sometimes it gets interesting though, because if you plan a lot, sometimes your plans just don't happen. Sometimes life just gets in the way of your plans, and then you got to make an adjustment to your plan. But maybe that's a topic we can cover on another time. But because that's a whole thing that we could talk for hours on what happens when your plans go up in smoke. And probably Joe has never had that happen because he's so astute at making a plan that encompasses all possibilities. Being an accountant, being the brilliant genius that he is, like for me, I make a plan and then poof, like, well, there went that one. Oh well, let's make an adjustment. But anyway, Jester, hopefully, um, you feel like we take you seriously. We certainly do. And we're super glad you're here. And anyone else who's watching, we're certainly glad you're here. Um, but yeah, it is getting to that point in the stream where, oh, wait, I'm not the host. I can't.
Joe,
I'm
Joe,
not calling the shots. I'm
oh,
sorry.
oh, what have you done? What
Never
have
mind.
you
I'll just be
done? What?
quiet.
Uh, we'll both be quiet, and then nobody will hear anything. It'll be great.
I'll be like looking at us like, what are these guys doing? What is this?
We're just gonna sit here. We're just gonna freeze the stream. We just sit still. If we freeze. Nobody will ever know. But no, I guess I'm the host today, which means I'm in charge.
Yes, and you're also the producer, which means you have your hand on the on-off button.
Yep. So I could just on off us.
Be like,
but,
boop, off.
I'm not as good as Jesse, so I would end up like on offing us, and then it would be done. I'd never be able to get us back on. It's just off. So, anyway, we really appreciate you guys coming out. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, so that you can, one, catch this show, in the morning, and then two, you can catch, Don't Worry Wednesday in the evening. We also have a couple of older songs of the company, on this channel, and I highly encourage you to check them out. They're really good. They're written / directed by Static P in a very 2000s esque style.
Yeah.
So very beautiful, very wonderful to watch, but also has a fantastic message. And I think right now, having any kind of content that kind of brings positivity, it's something we talked about last night, of having a positive message in uncertain times helps people to remain calm. So really focus on getting yourself some quality content, some content that points you to the truth, points you to love, and points you to things that are far better than some of the things that we've been seeing on the news. So subscribe. If you haven't gone over to bss.studio, that's our webpage. You can go over there. You can connect with us. We're on. Now we're on a lot, but because we're home.
Yeah. Kind of fun.
So feel free to reach out to us, post some messages in the forums so that we can connect with you. Because what we want to do is provide an opportunity for people to really try out their talents. Right now, we've got a lot of time and a lot of talented people who are kind of left with, what are we going to do? And so this is an opportunity for you to say, I want to do something cool. I want to do something amazing. And we want to help you do that. So reach out to us, bss.studio. And we would love to have you there. If you're watching this in recording and not watching it live, go over there right now. Doesn't matter what time it is. We're here in the morning. It could be 7 or 8 or 10 or midnight, whatever time it is. Now is the best time. So head on over there. We'd love to see you. We'd love to connect. Love to just share life with you. Those are all the shameless plugs I have. Joe, do you have any more shameless plugs?
Yep, I do. The Twitch stream.
Oh,
I don't have the link.
No, Joe doesn't have the link. Oh,
I don't even have the link, but I want to
No.
talk about it. I want to talk about it because they're going to be going on today, probably in about, maybe 7 hours or something like that from now. They will be streaming on Twitch. Ryan and Jesse will be on playing a game of some kind, and it's a lot of fun. I tell you, I had so much fun gambling my Potarts to nothing. Because that's the currency on the BSS Twitch stream is the Potart. And so, so you get all these Potarts and then you can gamble them and you can heist them and everything like that. And then all of a sudden you got a whole bunch and then you gamble them away and then you have 0. And then, but sometimes you can get Jesse to gift you some more, because he's kind of like the Federal Reserve. He just invents more Potards. So, I don't think there's a set number, but he just comes up with more. Somehow he's like the gifter part. So anyway, go and have a really good fun. Yes, don't develop a gambling addiction. Yes, thank you. I will not. try to develop that. But gambling the potards is kind of fun, you know. And I think the fun thing is that it doesn't mean anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they're potards. It's not like it's money, you know. It's just so
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna not be able to buy groceries because I've gambled all my money away, or because I gambled all my potards away. But yeah, yeah, I might not
I,
be able to buy groceries because they kick me out of the outdoors. Like I have to stay at home. But
anyway, so that's over at twitch.tv/BSS underscore streaming. That's
Mhm.
BSS underscore. That's our
Yeah,
gaming stream. Again, quality content. People who are really involved. They want to see you, one, enjoy yourself, but also two, um, to have a positive impact. Not just gaming with, ridiculous, copious amounts of swearing and uh, inappropriate things. It's streaming with a positive impact. So head on over there. Oh shoot! The band monsters after us. We
hey,
gotta
Band
go.
Monster, what's going on, man?
We're about to be banned, Joe. You see,
Oh, don't ban us.
you talked about gambling for 30 seconds, and we're done.
Oh
He's yanking us.
no! Welcome, Band Monster. Sorry you caught us right at the end, but yeah, subscribe and hit the bell, and then you'll be here. Actually, you know what? You can just pretty much count on us going live every day at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So actually, it's Eastern Daylight Time now, not Standard Time.
Oh no, because we're on daylight savings time.
We are on daylight savings time now.
Gross.
I know, right? Who wants to save daylight anyway? Ah.
Yeah, right. So I mean, so feel free to come back tomorrow, but also feel free to just run back the play. Again, this is a show where you can just learn something good. Just start your morning off right, and we want you to start your morning off right. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and run it back, and then we'll be here still uh, because it's a recording. So
Just
yeah,
woke up. So did we,
so did
man.
we.
That was awesome.
Well, we really appreciate you guys being here. We do have to go. Joe's got to inspect some houses. He's got to make sure that they do, in fact, exist.
They did,
So.
yes. Sometimes they don't. It's amazing. You'd be surprised.
I'd believe it. I'd believe it. So, anyway, thanks for stepping out with us. Feel free to join us. Hit the bell, like Joe said. Subscribe, hit the bell. Let us know what's going on in your life. BSS.studio. Joe, you have that link. I don't. But go ahead and click the link that Joe's going to provide for us, where you can post topics that you want us to talk about. Because we have a number of topics coming up, and with life changing so rapidly, I don't think we're going to run out. But feel free to post topics in there, where we can we can just kind of meet up with you. We can meet you where you are.
Yeah, and we can stretch and make weird noises together.
Yep, we can stretch and make weird noises together. Oh, that's a good one.
You didn't need to do that one.
No, I didn't. I'm glad if people heard the weird noises we were making, it might.
Maybe those sound like old people weird noises. You can't make those on here.
No, that's against our terms and conditions.
Right.
Old people noises. So anyway,
yes, watch out.
We really appreciate you guys being here. Have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon or
whatever it is for you, because
whatever time or thing you're about to have a good one of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
We will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.